Well, it's week 4 of the LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Jack from Cloud9 to talk about the continued win streak of his team so far. Following, I don't know if it's after 4 weeks we can't make the lost the offseason jokes anymore, but I'm sure you still appreciate them.
I don't know. I got called out by Thorne for making the lost off season after week 1. So I think he said, "Yo, mate, what are you doing it so early?" Or blah blah blah. I don't know. Thorne gave me shit back then, so maybe I can say it now. And how do we keep doing this? How do we keep losing the off season?
Yes. Well, and I think what's interesting too is I saw on your show, and also I think there was an ESPN article. You talked a lot about the Vulcan pickup, which now I'm sure just feels really great. It feels like the plan is coming together here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have a job if it didn't work out. So it's like I took a pretty huge gamble on him. But like honestly, and I felt really confident with like we spent a lot of time studying his like the way he works, his work ethic, how much solo queue he puts in, the way he plays on stage. So we felt really confident that he would work out. But still, it's a lot of money. So there was a bit of pressure. I did want to make sure he worked out.
Well, I'm sure you had an idea of like, okay, well, it could be this bad or it could be this good as you were getting into the season. Did you ever expect it to be this good right now, undefeated halfway through week 4?
All right, so being real, when I was talking to my players, we were super pumped, feeling like, yes, we're going to absolutely crush it. We felt like we had the best pickups in the offseason. We felt like as a unit that we had the right culture together and the right drive to actually come in really hot and continue that effort. But of course, there's always like, you're always concerned that something's going to happen, something's going to blow up, someone doesn't seem to actually pan out the way you hoped. So there was always a little bit of concern in the back of my mind. But when we were talking to each other, we were always really confident.
Well, especially coming off of 4 straight wins for TL, they were kind of like the boogeyman of the LCS, I feel like, for a lot of teams that were constructing stuff. And it's very funny because, 4 weeks ago, everyone was saying to themselves, like, okay, well, can anyone contest TL? That narrative has just fallen off a cliff now. What has it been like for you watching your team rise while that team has fallen?
The thing is these are still really good teams, and they still haven't really caught up with the meta and really haven't gotten in sync yet. And I think we just came into LCS with the right, right mindset. We are working really hard from day one. And I think, frankly, like TL just won the 4 back-to-back LCS championships. It's really hard to not get complacent. And I think they got complacent. And I think and if you just look, I think Steve before, basically when other teams are out there boot camping, he said, hey, we're going to take a different approach to our boot camp, and they're not going to boot camp. Yeah. Like that to me is just really showing that they had lost their motivation to really work hard. So Steve, if you need a bench, just call me up. I can help you out with that. But the thing is like they're reaping the rewards of that lack of motivation and that lack of focus. But the thing is, it doesn't mean they're bad players or bad teams. So I expect we're going to start seeing over the next couple of weeks, these teams really come online, and we'll actually see who the other top teams are, because I still don't think we really know.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be in time? I mean, especially because we've got, like, we're next week is the halfway point of the split. If we start seeing teams start showing up halfway through, yeah. I mean, that's it's pretty late in the split for that, right?
No, because if you think about it, summer 2018, where was Cloud9 week 5? 10th place. Like, we were just in an awful condition as far as like, our record was concerned. And then we started winning and winning and winning. Next thing you know, went to finals with TL and got smashed 3-0. And so that I would love to see history repeat itself with TL, and then just win all the way to finals, and then we smash them 3-0.
Okay, gotcha. So you're hoping for the reverse of the 2018 experience. You want their hopes to be built up to the top so that you can crush them at the end, like they did to you a couple years ago. I see.
Great. Yeah, I would love that.
You're rooting for them because you want to see them fail. It's an interesting tactic.
I know, but my point is that these teams are still really good. They're going to start showing up in the next couple of weeks. And the cool thing is, like, with the culture of our team now, I don't need to worry about complacency. They're working just as hard now as they did in the preseason, so that when these teams step up to the plate and start playing well, we're going to be ready for them.
Well, you're only, I think, 2 games out from the halfway point for your split as we get into the end of the first round robin. Do you think you guys will complete that with a perfect score?
I think it's likely. We've seen these other teams, and I don't think they're going to be ready to really contest yet. So it might be 2-3 weeks before we maybe take a loss.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about EG because you have been spamming the no refunds meme quite a bit, even in my own Twitch chat during Hotline League. Do you feel as though that team, I mean, some of your former players, do you think that they won't be able to really contest or put up much of a fight this split?
No, those players are excellent, and like I do meme about it, but they're really good, and I'm waiting for the the on button to happen. Like the 4 players that I sold, they have Bang, like they have Jizuki. These are all players that can play at the top level, like clearly. So, when we show up Monday, like we have to be fully prepared for that's the week that they actually turn it on. So, I do meme like. I'm memeing on the ownership of EG, not on those players, just to be clear, because I love those guys and they're really good. But and I love a good meme. But they're good. They can show up. They can really actually shake up the LCS. So and I hope they do, as long as they're not playing me.
So I mean, it sounds like you are expecting a much more tension to come into place over the next couple of weeks as more teams come online.
I'm counting on it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, last question. Is this the year that you guys, or the split that you guys win, spring split, and bring back a trophy?
I can tell you now, I've never had this much confidence in any of my teams, even the OG squad, in really the culture that this team has right now. The OG squad was super special, 25-3 in their first split, which is incredible. But the work ethic that these guys are running on is next level. So I think this could be our split.
And then just as a follow-up to that, you in the past, like Steve has always had his domestic success, you've had the international success, and I feel like I've seen you guys kind of jostle each other with this.
Yeah.
I got to imagine it's still part of you really would like to bring that domestic trophy home again.
I mean, I'm sitting there watching games, and I look up and I see all the 4 TL flags, the 3 TSM flags, the 2 CLG flags, and then the 2 missing TSM flags are there, and then my 2 little guys are so far away, I can't even see it anymore. Yeah, I'm hungry, dude. I'm so ready.
Anything you want to say to any of the C9 fans?
Yeah, we have an interesting relationship, guys. I can't say you always had my back, but now that we're winning, I'm really happy to see you guys are pumped up, and that maybe the next off season, maybe you'll trust me, but no, that probably won't happen. But I do love you guys. I see you guys out there. You guys are cheering, and it's crazy. And it's really fun, and we're gonna get domestic success this year. So bank on that.
Well, thank you so much, Jack, for the interview. Best of luck with the perhaps undefeated streak as things come up towards spring finals. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching that interview. I am right now in the LCS arcade. There's a ton of people behind me playing on these Alienware computers because this whole arcade is powered by Alienware, much like my content is powered by Alienware. And guess what? You can be powered by Alienware because they're giving away a monitor and a desktop, the same setup that they play on at the LCS, right here in my description. There's a link to alienware.com/Travis. You can sign up right there. That page has some information for you. The other thing is that LCS 10 off will also allow you to get 10% off. Parth is on the other side of this window. Let's get a shot of, oh, he's leaving. Either way, you can get 10% off, LCS 10 off. Sorry that we missed Parth, but he was trolling.